Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another plan with me. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. And as always, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So for this week, I am going to be using this stunning kit from Crafts by Thaowie. The greens and oranges in this kit and like mixed with the mustard yellow and the lighter kind of creamy yellow just absolutely caught my eye. I am obsessed with this. I know I say that with so many of my kits, I really do. But this one was just like the colors were very unexpected to me with the green and the orange and then the light yellow and then the pops of mustard. I don't know. I don't know, couldn't get over it. I love this kit so much. So I know I said that my last plan with me was my favorite fall kit, but I think that this one definitely takes the cake for me. I did a lot of different things in this spread and really spent a lot of time on it, which I feel like is maybe why it's taken me so long to get this plan with me up. I actually left this video quite a bit longer than I usually do, and I left some things kind of like what I'm doing right now, with like the way I messed around with it. I know sometimes it's nice to watch the way that people are actually like the struggle that you see of like trying to get things right. I think so many times we see each other's spreads and we just see the finished product and we see, you know, like part of it when we do our plan with me's, but there's a lot of things that we all cut out when we do plan with me's that like the struggle part that you don't see. So I did leave more of that in for this one. So it is a little bit of a longer plan with me. So if you didn't grab a snack, maybe pause this and go grab a snack because it's going to be a little bit. But yeah, so this one, I did cut out the original date covers that I did. So I really struggled in the beginning. I think anytime I have a really gorgeous kit, which I feel like is most of the time, but there's just so many good kits in this community, really. But I feel like I struggle sometimes with getting started on them because I really want to do them justice. And I am such a perfectionist that, I don't know, I just do it and redo it. So I originally had like put I think I had taken, they were from Alyssa's craft shop. I had taken some leaf like date cover kind of things, and I did it on the top and the bottom, but it was just a little bit too extra and it wasn't fitting well. So I took everything apart and then kind of came up with this where I alternated some of the flowers and then put the little skinny dot dividers on there as well. And I really loved how that came out. So I think I only had 2 deco sheets for this, which I somehow managed to make that work for this. I was team double deco I did single deco and then I got into double deco, and now I feel like I probably need 3 or 4 deco sheets per kit now. So it just never ends. I don't know. Yeah, so for the date covers, I did use quite a bit of the florals and just kind of cut them up and spread them around with what made sense. And I think it all came together pretty good. So I'm super happy with how this spread came out. It took me forever and it's taken me even longer to get it up, but I'm really happy with how it came out. So after I got all of the like the main date cover stuff down with the florals, I did pull in most of the florals are from the deco add-ons from the kit, but I did pull in from Alyssa's craft shop. I can't remember exactly which collection it was. I'll have to look, but I did add in some of like her leaves and like the little deco, kind of like date cover. I don't know what you call them, like where it's like all in a row. I don't know. I don't know what the term for that is, but I don't know, date covers. We're going to go with that. Trim. They're the trim. Okay. There's the word I was looking for, the trim. So I did bring some of those into this kit because I felt like the fall leaves along with the cream florals really worked together well. So I did use those. And then I am going crazy right now with all of the little Sadie stickers. This was from a $2 Tuesday, the little leaf deco. So yeah, just adding all of that to kind of add some sparkle to my date covers. Definitely credit Lauren from Plan Mosh Plan and Rach from Gathered Plans and Tay from Shantae Plans. I feel like they are always killing it with the date cover deco game. And so it's #goals. And I'm always trying to make my date covers as pretty as theirs. So I feel like this particular week reminds me very much of like a Lauren date cover. I don't know why, but it's like giving me Lauren vibes. So yeah. So I did ask, I knew this was going to be a long plan with me when I started editing it. So I asked the community here for some questions of things you guys wanted me to answer during my plan with me. So I think I'll just jump into some of those. Sarah from Plans to Relax ASMR, that's her page on Instagram. She does a lot of really cool ASMR planning videos on YouTube. So if you're not following her, definitely go check her page out. She asked, how did I figure out my planning style? So this one, I honestly haven't thought about these questions yet. I wrote them all down so that I could answer them, but I haven't really put much thought yet. So you'll get my off-the-cuff answers here. So figuring out my planning style, I think it's definitely evolved. I may do a YouTube video soon of like my actual planner from the last year and a half or so. So just kind of walking through how my style has changed, because I feel like that would be kind of fun. So I feel like I've definitely gotten more decorative over time. But I don't know. I don't know how I figured out my planning style. It's a really good question. I think it's just kind of evolved, like what's been going on in the community, and then also like the different stickers that have been available. Like the floral, you know, that's such a huge trend right now. And I'm not one to typically follow trends. Like that's not my thing. Like I hate cliche things and I don't like following trends, but here I am with a floral trend because apparently in the planning world, I don't care. I'm just going to follow the trend. So yeah, I think that I've definitely gotten more decorative. I've always loved like the layering. It reminds me of scrapbooking. Like when I was younger, and my kids were younger, I, did a lot of scrapbooking, and I feel like it really reminds me of like the joy that I had in like the paper crafting part of things and layering things and making it look really cool. Like I always really enjoyed that. So I think that the more that I have done planning, the more that I've kind of like tapped into my like scrapbooking brain and where I was then with all the layering. Like I've done, like dashboards and setups where I've put in, a lot of different layers of paper and different decorative elements. And so I feel like I've kind of translated that into my planning spread as well. So I would say I didn't necessarily figure it out so much. I think as far as like what type of planner, that's definitely been something I've had to figure out. I started in an Erin Condren and then moved into a Foxy Fix TN. And like none of those really quite felt right for me. And then I really just was like, I'm going to try rings. And so once I got to rings, I really, really just like fell in love with the ease of like being able to switch things up in a rings planner. So yeah, like I really want to buy a Harriet Wright planner. I love Harriet Wright Designs planner. My friend Katie has one, and I got to see it, and it's really beautiful. But I just don't plan in a quilt planner. So I'm like, what else could I use this for? So yeah, I think I will probably forever be in rings, but never say never or forever in the planning world, I think, because things are always changing. So yeah, I think just like trial and error as far as like what kind of planner I was using, and then my stickers and what I do, just kind of tapping into like my creativity. Yeah, side note here in this, you kind of are seeing a little bit of my crazy brain where I like started to lay things down and then picked them back up. Was really struggling with where to put the boxes in this kit to make it work for what I wanted. Yeah, so that's my little struggle here. I feel like you get to watch this in every one of my videos because I do this every time, and I just don't cut it out. So yeah, this is just my brain. I think that there's a lot of us that do this. Maybe the rest of you cut it out of your head with me. So I don't know, but I feel like a lot of us kind of like not struggle, but like go back through like, what am I going to do with my boxes? All right. So how long? Okay, Lydia from Lydia Plans asked me a few different things. So how long have I been decorative planning? That kind of plays into Sarah's question. So Lydia from Lydia Plans, she also does some amazing plan with me's on YouTube. I just love listening to her accent. It's just very relaxing. Like her voice relaxes me, and she's so fun, and I love her. So definitely go check out Lydia Plans on YouTube and Instagram. So she sent me a few questions. How long have I been decorative planning? So this kind of ties into Lauren from Plan Mosh Plant. She asked me the obligatory, how did you first discover planning question? So I can kind of go into both of those at the same time, I guess. So planning wise, I have always loved like being organized and planning, but I hadn't really used a planner in years. And then I went and visited my friend Katie in New York. She is my best friend, has been my best friend since we were in diapers, and I adore her. And I don't get to see her often because I moved to North Carolina. So what year was it? End of 2018? It was end of 2018, like November or whatever. I went up for Thanksgiving and saw her, and she was showing me her Erin Condren planner, and I really was like, oh my gosh, and she showed me sticker kits, and I was like, wow, this is super cool. So kind of got into it then and decided I needed an Erin Condren and told my in-laws, and they got me one for Christmas. And then I went into the whole Foxy fix and all that. So yeah, she definitely was the reason I got into planning, and I thank her for that every day. I don't know if my wallet thanks her so much, but I thank her for that. Real quick, since I'm on this sidebar here, I just wanted to share what I'm doing on this, and then I'll jump back into the rest of the questions. So the sidebar here, I know I shared this once I got the sidebar done because I was like so excited about how this came together. I had this idea of, kind of interlacing the frames because I always struggle with my sidebar, and I really wanted to do something different. And so all of a sudden I was like, it popped in my brain. I was like, ooh, I could do like a cool sidebar scene, but I had no idea what I was going to do. I don't have any cool girls from Red Lyrics. I really, every time I do a video, I'm like, I need to order these. Tay from Shantae Plans always uses those, and I think they look so cool in her sidebar. But I just wanted to do something different. So these frames are from the Sadie Stickers collab with Tay from Shantae Plans. They did bring back the signs, but the frames didn't come back. I hope at some point they will, because I have really enjoyed these frames a lot. And I used quite a few of them on this, so I'm going to need to re-up at some point, guys. So yeah, I ended up kind of like just figuring out how I wanted to do them. And then I cut one side of like each of the boxes or one of the boxes, and then I would just kind of lace them in with the other ones. And I just kind of like figured out how I wanted them. They were like really, it was not the easiest thing to do. It looks super easy when I did it on here and edited. I can't say that when I edited it. But it was like, I thought I was going to rip them so many times because they are really thin. But I somehow managed to not rip them. So yeah, then I just wasn't sure what I was doing the rest of it. So I just started playing with like some florals. I wanted to put those books in there because I loved the books in this kit. So just kind of, started cutting things and figuring out where to put them in here. And I just love how it came out. So the florals I'm using are all from the deco sheet from the kit. And when I get into the like foiled elements, those are all Sadie stickers. A lot of them I actually took off of Tay's freebie from Shantae Plans. Like a lot of the little ones, I love her freebie because there's so many little like branchy elements, and those are my favorite. So yeah, a lot of those are from there. And then the little bow corners, I'm not there yet, but when you start seeing the little bow corner things that I put on there, those are also from Sadie Stickers. The October script at the top is actually from Honey Inked, and the little like flourish underneath there, that I believe is from Olive Planner Co. So I think that's everything in there. Yeah, I'll jump back in there in a minute. So as far as the questions, jumping back there, sorry if I'm all over the place here. So yeah, first getting into planning was from my friend Katie. She is Irwin's Babe on Instagram. She's also starting her own planner. It's like a prayer journal, and I'm super excited for her and her business that she's starting. So if you're not already following the Reformed Planner, go find her on Instagram as well. She's been sharing a little bit about her journey and finding, the paper and the things she needs. So super cool to get like an inside scoop on like what it's like for somebody to start a business. So definitely follow her. She's the whole reason I'm here. Thank you, Katie. So let's see. Jumping back to Lydia. So how long have I been decorative planning? So it's been since I got into it. When she showed me planning, it really was all about the decorative planning. So it's been since like early 2019. I got my Erin Condren in Christmas of 2018, I believe it was. And then it was early 2019 when I really started getting into the stickers. And at first, I really just found them on Etsy. I'm trying to remember the first shop that I ordered from. I want to say it was like Cricut Paper Co. or something maybe. But a lot of the things that I was finding were a little bit more like in the cartoony kind of world. And not that I like don't appreciate that, but that's just wasn't like my style. So I think the way that I found like the rest of like all the sticker shops that we all shop from was more just being on Instagram and finding different planners on Instagram and different shops. Two Little Bees was one of the first shops that I started following. I'm trying to think who else, but I think that was like one of the main ones on Sadie Stickers. But basically whoever Katie told me to follow, I followed. So yeah, so it's been since 2019 really. Lydia also asked, what do I look for in a sticker kit? So this one is, for me, it's the full boxes. I think that if the kit's full boxes, if I don't love them, I'm not buying the kit. But it also needs to have a good format. And I feel like everybody is killing it with the format right now. Everybody has reformatted several times, I feel like, in the last few months. And the formats right now are just so good. Like, it's so good. So for me, having a good format and the full boxes are the two main things that I look at. Bottom washi too, but like you can have a really pretty bottom washi, and if your boxes aren't great, then I'm probably not going to buy it. So really full boxes, and then the format would be the things that I look for. I feel like that's kind of a boring answer, but that's really what I look for. Here, I'll jump back into what I'm doing on here. So these trims that I'm using, after I got the whole like border, the whole sidebar done, I was like, it's missing something. I don't know what I need, but I need something. So I was flipping through my stickers and I found these trims that I got from Christine's Paper Studio, and they just made the sidebar to me, like made that sidebar so shiny and pretty. I don't think you can ever have too much foil, so maybe you can have too much, but I don't know. I just really loved it. So super, super love those. So I threw those on there to kind of frame that and just give it a little bit more of a pop. Okay, what else did Lydia ask me here? So Lydia said, what trends are you seeing that you don't like? I don't really feel like there's any trends that I don't like. I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of, I don't know how to describe them. To me, it's like the best word I can come up with is like cartoony. Like I don't like a lot of like the kits with fashion girls that are very cartoony kind of looking, or I don't know how to describe that, but I would say that I don't think it's a trend though. So I wouldn't say that's a trend that I'm seeing that I don't like. I don't know. I feel like the trends right now are really just on point. So I would have to say there's not really any trends that I don't like. I will say my unpopular opinion is that the self-care thing is overdone. I'm kind of over the self-care stuff. So I guess if that's a trend still, then that's something that I'm just kind of over, because I feel like we've been on that kick for a long time. And, like we all know, self-care is good, but I don't know. It's not my thing. I mean, not that self-care isn't important, but just like seeing it over and over is not my thing. So I will go with that, and I'll stop talking about my unpopular opinion now. All right. So that is everything from Lydia. Let's see. Lauren also asked me kind of a similar question from Plan Mosh Plan. Overrated planner sticker, in my opinion, and how about planner tool? So overrated planner sticker. Gosh. I don't know. I love all the stickers. I don't discriminate. So I don't really know what would be an overrated planner sticker. I don't know. I'm going to have to come back to that one. And planner tool. I don't know. I mean, what other tools do we all really use? I feel like tweezers and like blades. I've seen people use rulers, and I've never tried to use a ruler to cut anything. Maybe I should. I don't know if it's overrated, but it's just something that I've not really used. So maybe that. God, I still can't think of an overrated planner sticker. Like, I'm obsessed with the garland thing that's going on right now. I love those. I love all the floral foil stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. I love mandalas. I love fancy boxes. I love midi boxes. Like, I seriously don't have something that I feel like is overrated right now. I'm curious what you guys think, though. Somebody comment below. Well, any of you comment below and tell me what you think is an overrated planner sticker or tool. Maybe you'll give me some ideas, and maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. That's totally overrated, and I'm over that one. Let me know in the comments below what's overrated for you. I'd also love to know, like, answer any of these questions. I would love to know about everybody's planner journey and how you found the planner community. So feel free to comment below and tell me how you guys found the planner community. And that kind of leads me into Sharice's question. Sharice asked, what inspired you to decorative plan, and how did you find the planner community? So again, I think that kind of ties in. My friend Katie was the one who brought me into the community. I think she introduced me, just to like a couple pages on Instagram. And then I think I started following some different hashtags. Like when I was super obsessed with my Foxy Fix, I know I was following different Foxy Fix hashtags. and then just kind of found other people through that, where I'd find their pages, and then it just kind of evolved. The kind of funny thing was, like, I was doing that on my main Instagram at first, like my regular page. And then, like, I had all the people I was following and, whatever. And then I created a planner page, and I feel like I found so many more different people that way. And it was funny because, like, I followed a lot of the same shops and people that I followed on my, like, personal Instagram page when I started my planner page. And then it still, like, evolved into a different community of people, if that makes sense. Like, there was different people that I didn't ever come across on my personal page. So that was kind of cool that it, like, took me into, like, different groups of people in different parts of the planner community that I hadn't really experienced before. So so that was the planner community. Basically was just Instagram. Is how I found everybody. I was on Facebook then, and then I kind of got off of it, and so I haven't really been on Facebook much. I did just rejoin so that I could be part of the Harriet Wright Designs PR team group, because she does a lot of her stuff on Facebook, and I joined for that reason. So I'm back on there, kind of, but I'm not really doing much on there. So let's see. Let me jump back into my spread here and what's happening there, and then I'll come back into more questions. As far as what inspired me to decorative plan, I guess I can finish answering that one. So Katie, again, showed me her stickers, and I was obsessed. At first I was like, oh my God, that's so much money. How am I ever going to do this? But yeah, here I am living the dream with so many stickers now. So I just watching everybody's pages on Instagram and all of the really amazing people we have in this community, just everybody inspires me every day. It's like my little happy place, coming to Instagram and seeing what everybody's doing. So the stickers, originally I was like, that's so cool, this is fun. And then just watching everybody's planning styles and kind of like figuring out my own through that was what inspired me. Okay, let me jump back out of here into the actual spread here. So on Monday, I did use a couple garlands from Sadie Stickers at the top there, and used a piece of that Christine's Paper Studio trim that I had cut off the sidebar when I was kind of cutting those to fit. And so I used a little bit of that along with some of the floral from the deco sheet. And I used an icon that is a Crafts by Thaowie icon. I believe that one is from the kit that I used. The work script is actually from Zolane at Snowflakes and Planners. I absolutely love her too. Go give her a follow on Instagram if you're not. I liked her fonts in her sidebar the one time, and I was like, where did you get those? And she said she made them for herself, and so she just shipped me some, which was the sweetest ever. So thank you, Zolane. I love these scripts so much. So that's what I used to mark work on every day that week, or this week. And then the trims on Monday, the top trim there is also from Christine's Paper Studio, and then the one below is Sadie Stickers. A lot of those floral pieces in the bottom of Monday were from Christine's Paper Studio as well. I believe it was on Charisse's freebie. Charisse is Plan with Cherry Ann on Instagram. Again, love her as well. She has so many great spreads, and she's so sweet. So definitely give her a follow as well if you're not, but her freebie from Christine's Paper Studio is gorgeous. I think I have hers and JC from the Virgo Plans. Love her as well. So many great people in this community. Really, I absolutely adore so many people in here. So let's see, Tuesday, again, work. That was a really rough work day. I marked tough convos because it was just a hard day. There was some difficult things with some patients and some things with my owner doctor and one of our other doctors. There was just a lot of tough things. Like, it wasn't anything super bad. It was just kind of rough. And then Tuesday, I did speak at our board meeting. That was the first time I'd ever spoken at the board meeting for the kids' school. Our school here is done by county. I think I've talked about that in my previous Plan with Me's. But yeah, I actually got chosen to speak. So it's like a lottery to get to attend, let alone speak. So I was able to go and speak at the board meeting, which was super intimidating. But I feel like it went really well. I have a really great group of people that we all kind of go together, and we're all very like-minded about, the changes we want to see in our school district. And so it's really nice to just have a group of supportive people. So yeah, that was my first night doing that. Wasn't my last one. If I actually do Plan with Me's for the other weeks here that I'm trying to catch up on, I'll talk a little bit more about that And then after that, we had to drop my car off at CarMax. My car was I felt like the transmission was having issues, and I literally just bought this car like less than 3 months ago. So I was like, what is going on? It's still under warranty. So I was like, we're taking this in. It ended up just needing to have the transmission flushed. So although I will say I still feel like there's something not quite right. So I'm going to be taking it back again for a third time. So yeah, I love CarMax. I've never had any issues with the cars I bought with them, but this one has just been a little bit tricky. So that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday, again, work. I work a lot. My husband surprised me and brought me boba, which was super sweet. I love when he does that. I have stopped having so much boba because I realized how many carbs I was consuming with the giant boba I was getting. So I actually just had one the other day for the first time in well over a month. Like, I think when I walked up, they were probably like, oh, it's you again. You're back. So yeah, now it's just an occasional treat, not like a 3-time-a-week treat that I was doing before, but he, brought me some boba. It had been, I was exhausted, and he just, loves me and brought me some. And then my son had youth group at the church. So I, used a fancy box from the kit to mark that. And I had cut up like that little side leaf there. Oh gosh, who was that from? I feel like that might have been on a Christine's Paper Studio freebie, but I cut that and just kind of split it in two. And the cup that I used when my husband brought me boba, that is from Paper Muse Crafts. Most of the icons in here are from either Crafts by Thaowie, Paper Muse Crafts, or Christine's Paper Studio. The little laptops up top are Christine's Paper Studio. And then the little chair at the bottom, I know somebody had asked me in my post, that little chair at the bottom of Wednesday, that is also from Paper Muse Crafts. I mistakenly said it was Sadie Stickers, but it's Paper Muse Crafts. And I just used that to mark a meeting that I had at my friend Kelly's house that night. This was a really crazy busy week, but that was a fun meeting too. And then jumping into Thursday, since I'm basically done on Thursday there. Thursday, again, work. I layered a fancy box from Crafts by Thawie's little freebie, and then a box from the kit. Absolutely love how those squares came together. I just thought they were so pretty. And I just, again, tucked some more flowers in, because why not tuck flowers in everywhere you can? And then after work that day, I had a hair appointment, which is always a lot of fun. So I layered the gold mandala thing underneath the Crafts by Thaowie one. That one is from Sadie Stickers. The icon is from Crafts by Thaowie. And then I layered a bunch of florals from the kit and the deco sheets on there, and then used some garlands from Sadie Stickers. On the bottom there, I did layer, there's the box from the kit that has the florals attached, and then the one behind that is actually from Paper Muse Crafts freebie. I just cut it in half because I feel like when I'm layering things, I'm wasting half of a sticker underneath. So I just cut it in half and figured I could use the other half another time. So trying to be more resourceful with my stickers. And then the cute little yellow grocery bag there is from, it's from the kit. It's a Crafts by Thaowie, and I love that little grocery bag. All right, and Friday I did end up going into work. I don't typically work on Fridays, but I did have to go in for a little bit that day. So I just marked that, and I used some books to mark work, tucked in part of like a leafy garland kind of thing that I cut from a kit, and then tucked some on the bottom as well. Not a kit, I'm sorry, from like a little freebie. And then I also got boba, because this was back when I was getting boba multiple times throughout the week. I had to drop my daughter off at work, so I was marking that I had to drop her off at work there, and the boba place is right up the street from taking her to work, so it's a pretty easy stop on the way or on the way after. And then the box I'm working on now, I was trying to figure out what to put in here. So my 15-year-old had a job interview, which I think is so sweet that he just wants to work so bad, and I love that he wants to work. He currently walks one of the neighbor's dogs. She has, I think, like a heart condition or something, and she can't walk her dog, as far or as often as she wants. And so Manny walks her dog 3 times a week for an hour a day. And her dog Bella, she just loves him. She's like one of those big, like, sheepdog looking kind of things. I don't even know what kind she is, but she's adorable. And she just loves Manny so much. So that's kind of like his little job right now, is walking her dog. He's also watching like the other neighbors' dogs. So he's like the dog whisperer, which I love. My dogs aren't, super thrilled that he's always out with other dogs, I think. Like they sniff him so much when he comes home, but he's really good with dogs, just like the dog whisperer. So he really wants to have like a real job, like working somewhere. And so there's, I don't know if any of you know what Bojangles is. If you live down south, you probably do. But it's like a, chicken and biscuit kind of place. And the kids affectionately refer to it as Bojangles, which I love. But Bojangles is where he went for an interview. And he was so excited, and he did his little interview, and they loved him. But they were like, we're not hiring any more 15-year-olds. We only want 16 and up. So that was super disappointing for him. I was like, why did you interview him then? But it was a good experience for him. And I'm super proud of him for getting out there and trying to get a job. Because he just, really wants to work. So I just marked it with a pen. That is also from a Crafts by Thaowie. I think it was from one of her like sampler sheets that I had. So I'm just realizing that I talked about Monday with all the floral deco on the bottom, and I hadn't done that yet in the spread. I was just looking at my actual spreads. Sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place on this spread. Like I started some things and then was like, yeah, my brain's fried on creativity. Let's go back to something else. So I think, I'm laying down Friday or Saturday right now. So Saturday, I'm looking at that and looking at my spread. I'm like, that didn't stay where I'm putting it. So Saturday, I just got up and got my eyebrows done. I go to a little place in the mall and get my eyebrows threaded. So I marked that box. And then apparently I went back to let's go over and deal with Monday. So I'm going to answer some more questions while I'm fumbling through that, because it's going to take me a minute, I think, to fumble through my Saturday and Sunday. So Justine had asked me, I only have a couple more questions left, so maybe I shouldn't talk so fast. Oh no, I have some from Rachel too. Perfect. So Justine asked me, Justine from Just Plans, she was one of my first planner friends on this page, and we did like a little collab thing with the Two Little Bees kit where we just did nothing but the kit. And she was so encouraging when I was trying to figure out what to name my planner page, and she's just always encouraged me. And so Justine, if you're listening, thank you so much for being encouraging. She also has a YouTube page and has some great Plan With Me's as well, and I just love hearing about her life and all the things that are going on. So go check out Just Plans. And so Justine asked me what my favorite vacation memory is. So sadly, we don't go on a ton of vacations. I know that sounds terrible, but we did a lot of things backwards in life with having kids really early. So I'll go into that with the next question, because she asked how I met my husband. So we'll go into that. But my favorite vacation memory, probably I would have to say, would be when my husband and I went to Arizona in October of 2019. He was asked to play in this like men's, it was like, what do you call it? What do you call it in baseball? Why am I drawing a blank? Like the World Series. That's what it is. It was like the World Series for his league that he was playing in. And one of the guys, my husband pitches, he's a left-handed pitcher, and he actually played Division I in college for pitching. He's really good at it. Like, I don't say that just to brag because he's my husband, but he really is a great pitcher, and he always has been. But with having kids young and just life, he didn't always get to pursue his love for baseball. So he's been doing that. And in October, we got to go to Arizona, and he got to play on a bunch of the fields where the major leaguers play and practice on. And they did a bunch of like tournament games and stuff. And it was just him and I. We didn't actually really get to go on like an actual real honeymoon. So this was a really fun, like we've never gone that far together, gotten on a plane. We went and we landed in Vegas, and then drove to Scottsdale where the tournament was. And so we spent a night in Vegas, which I had never been. He had never been. I don't really care for Vegas, probably another unpopular opinion. I was like, when it started getting dark, I was like, oh my God, can we please get back to our hotel room? This is like not my jam out here at all. Like, I don't want to be out here. But we had a really great time. We stayed at, I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it looks like a giant pyramid. And, we got to watch like the sun come up, and, it was just like really, really cool. yeah, I think it was a Sunday, and we got up and, like, cause we were awake because of the time difference. And so we got to watch the sunrise, and we put on some worship music, and it was just like this really cool time together. And then we went, to Scottsdale, and we drove the 3 hours out there and, stayed out there and did all of his baseball tournament stuff. And, then drove back to Vegas to the airport and went home from there. So it was really, really awesome. That would definitely have to be my favorite vacation memory, even though it involves 0 of my children. But that was just a really sweet time for the 2 of us. And we had gone through a bunch of stuff, not too long before that. And so it was just like a really good, like, healing vacation for us. So vacation memory. Okay. So I know I'm kind of getting towards the end of the spread here. Justine also asked, how did you and your husband meet? So I'll answer that one. I think I'm going to save my other questions from Rachel for my next plan with me. But my husband and I met at youth group at church. We lived like a town away from each other. And, we were like 14 and 15 years old. We were little kids, but my church was doing like an overnight New Year's Eve kind of thing. And he came with somebody else, and I was interested in somebody else, and then we both just kind of met and hit it off. Like, I remember like high-fiving when we were bowling, and I was like, ooh, sparks, like, who is this person? So we were such little babies, but that's how we met. And yeah, it's been quite the journey. We met, and then a few months later we got pregnant. So yeah, we had a teen pregnancy to overcome. We both graduated high school, did really well, and then went into college. And, we're determined not to become a statistic. So it's definitely been a rough ride through life. We've done a lot of things backwards, and we've done a lot of stupid things, and we've hurt each other, and we've been through a lot. But I know it sounds super cliche, but really, if it wasn't for the Lord, there's no way that we would still be married or making it through any of the stuff we've gone through. So, yeah, it's been an adventure, but I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else. So we've been together now almost 24 years. It'll be 24 years this New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is always like our little thing. We don't usually do a whole lot, but it's just kind of like our little, like, this is when we met. So, and then January 3rd is when we started dating. So we're almost to 24 years, which sounds absolutely crazy. Our oldest is, almost 23. So yeah, that's just, it seems crazy. Like, I don't even know how I'm the adult sometimes. And I'm like, oh, I have an adult child. How am I the adult? I'm still playing with stickers. So yeah, that's just a little bit about how we met. Maybe I'll save more of that for another plan with me sometime to kind of share a little bit more. Okay, so I guess I'll jump back into my spread here. This is really hard sometimes to try to like time what I'm talking about with my spread so I don't run out of things. I don't know. Does anybody else struggle with that? I'm just going to be real with y'all. Sometimes that's a struggle. Okay, so let's look at Saturday. So Saturday, I said I went and got my eyebrows done. So that was that top box. I don't usually write in my planner while I'm doing it. I usually get all my pictures, and then I end up doing all my writing. I think, who was I watching? I was watching Rachel. Yeah, so I was watching Rachel last night with her collab. And she was talking about 20-something planner and how she does that in her videos, and she doesn't write. And it was really hard for Rachel not to write. And I'm like, it's hard for me to write while I'm doing it. So I'm always so afraid I'm going to screw it up. And I would really like to know if you're somebody who has really great handwriting and you write in your planner and it looks super pretty. Rachel, Lauren, Tay, I've seen so many of you write in your planners and it looks so good. And like you have like the cute little like swoosh thing on the end and it's very pretty. Did you just practice that? I don't know. Does anybody else have really good handwriting in their planner? Tell me how you did it, because I feel like I jack it up every time and it makes me so sad. Okay, so Saturday I got eyebrows done, and then I had to take my daughter to her boyfriend's house. We went to World Market and Harris Teeter's. That's what I used, that little checkbox, the little heart checklist that came from the kit. And I just layered some florals over there and tucked in some of the foiled florals underneath it. That scallop header is from Christine's Paper Studio. So is the one on the left of that on Friday. That's also, Christine had a little sampler sheet of all of her headers. And so, that's also from her sheet as well. And then underneath the full box, the double line header is from Sadie Stickers. And then I used the little coffee cup from the kit to mark that I tried a little place called Fave Nutrition for the first time. I got there and then realized they use like Herbalife, and I don't really know much about that, so I was a little bit like, oh, I thought it was just like regular stuff. But it was really good. I got a couple drinks because I couldn't decide, so I bought 2. But it was pretty good. My stomach was kind of off the next day, so I was like, well, maybe my stomach doesn't enjoy this stuff. So yeah. And then I did edit my plan with me, I think it was my Two Little Bees one that I was editing, and I just used a Tombow to kind of add some color underneath it because I felt like it just looked kind of blah with just the letters. And then we watched Harry Potter. We were doing a little Harry Potter marathon, so we watched Harry Potter that night. And that little icon, the TV icon, is from Christine's paper studio. And then Sunday, you can see there I'm using the church icon from Harriet Wright Designs. I, for some reason, didn't remember that I had them in gold. Like I thought I did, and then I couldn't find them, and I used the black and white and then switched it out because I realized I had it. I layered a box from the kit over the like hexagon scallop shape one that comes on today's freebie from Sadie Stickers, and then just put the Harriet Wright Designs icon over that. And then below that, we did stop and get Beans and Bubbles, which is my boba place, after church, because that's right up the road. That icon, again, is from Paper Muse Crafts. And then below that, I marked get pumpkins. We went to we just went to the grocery store this year. We didn't even go to a pumpkin patch, but all those little pumpkins were from, I think it was Piper Paper Company. I don't buy from her shop anymore. The sticker quality is not my favorite, and they're usually not cut well. But I had those from like when I first started planning and didn't really know much about who had great quality and who didn't yet. But those pumpkins match so well. So I'm really glad I hung on to them. And I just put that on there because it kind of looked like a little pumpkin patch, and put one of the, dividers from Christine's Paper Studio underneath that. And then I actually worked out that day, which is a shocker because I feel like it's been so long since we have been in a good routine, but we did back and biceps. That little icon there with the cute floral sports bra is from Letters to Apollo. She had a really cute, I think it was a $2 holla. I love how she calls it that. But I think it was a $2 holla when she did like a bunch of different workout ones, and there's like little sneakers that have the floral design and little weights. Like I just loved the little floral design, so I bought all those. That was quite a while ago. So after we worked out, I did my voiceover and uploaded my plan with me. That was my Two Little Bees plan with me. That was October 24th. Holy cow, we're like now in December, and I'm just getting my next one up. Sorry guys, I'm working on it. Maybe one of these days I will be in a good routine, but it's okay. I'm just giving myself some grace and figuring it out as I go. I will be more consistent, when life allows for that, and I'm okay with the fact that I'm at least doing it. I was really scared to start doing plan with me's, and just, I don't know, just nervous to put myself out there, I think, but also nervous that I couldn't keep up and, stay consistent. So I think I'm just trying not to like make myself feel bad about not being as consistent as I want to be. Like I see some people putting up so many plan with me's, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you have time to do all that? But at the same time, like I know that my life is just really kind of crazy and busy right now with the kids and just the stage of life that we're in. And so if I get one up, then great, I get one up. And I'm just trying not to stress myself out over it. Which I'm really bad at not stressing myself out over things. So I've actually been pretty kind to myself on this, even though like I feel the anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I haven't planned and like I want to. I have been very kind to myself with this. So I'm happy with the progress I've made and not beating myself up over things. So that little YouTube icon, I think that's from the Pretty Pink Co., where I did the voiceover and upload, and I just kind of put that all. I layered that Crafts by Thaowie mandala thing from the kit with some florals, and then I put the Pretty Pink Co. thing on there and used the little leaf deco from CD Stickers. And then now I'm just going through and doing JC from the Virgo Plans. Love JC. This was such a brilliant idea. I love this the hole punch, like it's not dates, hole punch area with the florals. She does such a good job. I kind of want to try, she actually ends up putting her pages together and then putting a sticker in the middle and cutting it, and I love that. I haven't tried that yet, so I think maybe on one of my next ones here, I want to try something like that because I think it looks so good. But she is definitely the inspiration for the amazing hole punch area This is my favorite one, like that I've done. I've only done a couple, but this one is my favorite so far because I feel like it came out pretty good. Just kind of spreading out all of the foil, like floral pieces. A lot of this is from Sadie Stickers. I think some is from Christine's Paper Studio and some freebies. I think that's what I just pulled off of there. And then I have little bows that I think are from Sadie Stickers. They might be from somebody else. I feel like they're Sadie Stickers from maybe Taylor's freebie. Might be an older freebie, but I think those were from there. Yeah, that one's from Christine's Paper Studio. So yeah, JC, thanks for the amazing idea for the date cover deco. I love that. Also, I'm pretty sure that JC is putting up her plan with me for this same kit tomorrow, I believe. Maybe it's going up today. But she's putting hers up. I just saw on her Instagram that she is putting up the same kit on her plan with me. So I'm super excited to see what she did with this kit. Because again, this is just one of my favorites. And I think Rachel from Gathered Plans also used this. She's got a plan with me up with the same kit. I'm not sure if Tao still has it in her shop or not, since I think she might have taken her fall stuff down. But if she does, I mean, totally buy this for next year. Does anybody else do that? Comment below if you buy kits after the season that you realize you just can't live without and hoard it until the next year. I definitely did that with the Paper Muse Crafts one this year. And I am fairly certain that I'll probably do that with some other ones for like the holidays this year, because there were so many good ones. The Glitter Mama, I didn't get to pick up hers, and that one was really pretty, but it was really similar to the other one. So I'm trying to be better with not buying multiple kits with like the same artwork, you know, just like different twists on it. I don't know. Sometimes I like having some that are the same. Tell me if you guys like buying kits that have very similar artwork and kind of using them like back to back so that there's cohesiveness in your planner. Sometimes I do that. But I'm learning that there's just so many good kits out there that I just can't keep buying all of the same kind of artwork. I need to spread it out. Otherwise I end up with very similar ones. And then I will end up not using one of them. I did that last year. There was one from the Pretty Pink Co. and one from Sadie Stickers that were super, super similar. And I used the Sadie Stickers one, and I didn't use the Pretty Pink Co. one yet. So I have it this year, but I don't know if it's going to make it into my lineup because I have so many good kits. So I would like to know if you have a lot of kits, like you either PR for people or you just have a lot of stuff. Do you find ways to use them all and plan in multiple planners, or do you just save them for the next year? Do you give them away? I don't know. I'm curious because I feel like many of us buy a lot of kits and not quite sure what to do with them after. Like, I like looking at them, but then I feel like every year there's more and more new kits that come out. And so then I'm like, oh, buy the new kits. And then the old kits I've had just kind of sit there. And then the format changes. And so, yeah, tell me what you do if you've got too many kits. What do you do with them? Do you find a way? Do you have multiple planners that you plan in and you use them that way? I'm trying to like think outside of the box and figure out, like, do I start using some of them in more of like my little personal functional and let go of the idea of using it for a memory spread, or should I just keep hoarding it until I find a time to use it, save it for a rainy day? I don't know. Tell me what you guys do. I would really love to know. So this is everything that I have left for the kit. You can see I used quite a bit of the kit. Just doing a little foil wiggle there for you so you can see. This is my finished spread. Super happy with how it came out. Again, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, I would love if you subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully I will have more videos out for you guys soon. And thank you guys so much. I enjoy hanging out with you all.